All right, thank you so much, Nicole. Between uncertain tax breaks and complications regarding the Affordable Care Act, doing this year's taxes, well, it will be no easy task. My next guest is stepping in on that right now. Bill Cobb is the CEO and president of H&R Block. He joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive, and it is good to have you on the show, Bill.
Hi, Maria.
Hi. So, okay, 2014 is going to have a lot of questions around it. Now's the time that we're all thinking about doing our taxes ahead of the April 15th deadline. What are the most important things people need to be thinking about?
So what you should think about now are the things you would generally do at year end. So charitable deductions, make sure in states like Texas and Florida, general sales taxes, make sure you collect them because you can deduct them, assuming that the tax extenders pass. There's also a number of education expenses, et cetera, that you want to gather all this information now, or property taxes if you want to prepay those so you can write those down.
All right, so let me drill down on some of this because I also want to get into the Affordable Care Act because I know that opens a whole can of worms.
Right.
But on the tax extender package, which, by the way, they are debating right now in Washington. So what are the items within that tax extender package that are still blurry and that we need some clarity on?
Yeah, there are 57, I believe that's the correct number, tax extenders that expire December 31st. And they run a range of, they affect a range of people. We actually estimate, our tax institute, 1 out of 6 Americans actually are going to be affected if there's no change to the tax extenders. It's things like teachers have a chance to deduct supplies for their classroom, $250. There's a home energy credit. If you do things that improve home energy, there's a credit for that. Private mortgage insurance. If you take private mortgage insurance, you're able to deduct that. So there's a number of these that affect a wide range of people, and they do expire. I mean, the law says they expire they actually expired at the end of 2013. The extender is, can you extend it so that you can deduct all this stuff for your 2014 taxes?
I see. Because, a number of CEOs have brought this up to me and saying, look, we're not going to put any new money into the economy right now and invest because we need to see if these tax extender packages are going through.
Right. The latest seems to be another one-year extension. Here we go again a year from now.
All right. Let's talk about the Affordable Care Act because most people do not recognize that they are going to get hit by some kind of an implication from the ACA.
Yeah, there are 5 basic implications. There's going to be new tax documents. So if you went into the healthcare exchanges, you're going to get something called a 1095A. Now, next year, all of us are going to get some version of a 1095, either an A, B, or a C. The next thing you're going to do, all of us are going to have to attest that we had health insurance. That's really just a check mark for people like you and I who have employer-provided health insurance. Next year, we're going to have to add an additional form. But where it gets complicated is if you went into the exchanges, you're going to have to reconcile what is not a subsidy as an advanced tax credit against your actual income. And there's a new form, the 8962, that you're going to have to do that for. If you don't have health insurance, because remember the law, the Affordable Care Act states you have to have health insurance, then you face a tax penalty. But to make this even more complicated, which is Form 8965,
right,
there are 34 exemptions to that penalty that people like us at H&R Block can help you out with.
Well, what about that? I mean, what's the penalty if I don't have health insurance?
The penalty is either a flat fee that ranges, depending upon your situation, if you're an individual or a family, from $95 to about $300, or what's called your modified adjusted gross income, whichever is higher. And actually, it looks like more people will have a higher modified adjusted gross income. However, there are a number of exemptions that range from religious affiliation to if you're incarcerated, there's a number of exemptions, and people like us can help people navigate through that. The other tricky part to this is it's done by month. So if you had health insurance for part of the year and didn't for another part of the year, you're going to have to fill out all these forms.
Wow. Oh, you make a good point in terms of people like us. I mean, the fact is this stuff is complicated. Yeah. And, that's why everyone wants a much clearer, tax system. How many people are doing it themselves online? And how many people would you say are still relying on people like H&R Block?
About 50 million people do it do it themselves. Online, people buy box software. We're participant in that. We don't drive people to one preparation method or the other. But about 80 million people want assistance, and that's what we're probably more known for because of the 10,000 plus offices that we have around the country.
You know, I know some people who say, you know what, I don't have health insurance, but I tried to get into an exchange and I tried to get health insurance and it was way too expensive. I'm just going to eat it and I'm going to swallow the fee. Right. That's what some people do because they feel that the Affordable Care Act has made their lives so much more expensive.
Right. And what all of this comes down to is it's all going to now run through the tax code. The administration,
people don't realize that the IRS is administering all this stuff.
Exactly. So you can say things like that, but it still has an implication on your taxes, and we're here to help you, help you sort through that.
Why is the IRS administering Obamacare?
Because the way the Affordable Care Act was structured for health insurance was you were given an advanced tax credit, and you also had what's called a shared responsibility payment if you decided not to take health insurance. So there's all this language around it, but essentially it all came through matching your income against the credit that you received for the year.
All right, we will leave it there. Bill, you've cleared up a lot of uncertainties out there. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Maria.
And it's H&RBlock.com.
That's correct. HRBlock.com.
HRBlock.com. Bill Cobb, good to see you.
Thanks, Maria.
We'll see you soon. Bill Cobb.